the Ringside Beer Show, episode 24. Welcome everybody back. It's your boy Jason here with
Alex. Welcome back, guys.
Man, welcome back to the most very special episode, up to date, guys.
Oh my god,
up to date, and we got a winner right here. All I'm saying, and you see the one that I'm pointing at. We're gonna get a little bit into it, but you know, I just have to say,
we had UFC 257.
Yes.
We have the art giveaway. We also
Yes.
want to apologize because we were supposed to film yesterday, but due to weather, we got well, I would say snowed in.
It was snowed in. Yeah, unfortunately, my little car just can't quite slide around on that ice, and it was literally snowing in front of this guy's house.
Yeah, man, and it was all good. We just pushed it one more day, and for if this is your first time on the Ringside Beer Show, we want to welcome you. We have videos every week. Going over and reviewing the fights over the weekend.
Yes, fight content as much as we can. And let's get right into the first current event. So this one here's a little heavy, I can't lie. Today is the day. We're filming on today, which is the 1-year anniversary of Kobe Bryant passing away, Gigi Bryant, and several other people inside that helicopter crash.
Yes.
This is significant for us in many ways. Not only is this our 24th episode, but it just so happens to be on this significant day. And so we'd just like to share a little moment for all the people that lost their life.
Yeah.
Very heavy. Thank you,
Very
guys.
heavy.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
And for the first time viewers, we're from California, so when this happened 1 year ago, this hit home this. Everybody,
If I can, I'll share a little story, just a tiny story on this. Well, I was golfing with my very close friend Martin, and we were chilling on the course, and I had overheard some older gentleman in about 2 holes over say something along the lines of, Kobe passed away in a helicopter crash. And I looked at my buddy, and I'm like, I didn't just hear what I just heard. And then my fiance texted me, and then it became real. And then it was the, that 1 hour time frame where people didn't know, if it happened. And man, long story short, it came at the most random time to the most random person. And the amount of good things that he's done has to be talked about, and it has to be shed a light on, because he's one of the amazing souls that, was ever to grace this earth. So
absolutely. The Mamba Academy, and I felt like that was one of the passings where everyone knew where you were at when it happened. Kind of like the Michael Jackson, Kobe. I was home with my daughter, and it felt surreal because me and Mia were watching that game with Kobe and Gigi when they're on the court side.
Just a couple days prior to that.
Exactly. And I just remember that moment, and it hit different, man. It was just it hit very, as a father. I saw it more from a father's perspective,
right?
Because I watch NBA, but now I'm not like a diehard and follow NBA every all the games. But I just saw it from the father's perspective. I broke down, dude. I couldn't even fathom what had happened, with him and his daughter. It was just, it hurt.
Yeah, it's something that we don't ever hope to hear about again. This is not something that we want to have happen to anybody else. So, with that being said, may he rest in paradise. May she rest in paradise, and all the other people that were involved in that helicopter crash. God rest their soul. Yep. And on to the next current
Long
events.
live Mamba and Mambacita, man.
And that mentality.
There we go.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're going to start off with some boxing, mainly boxing and some MMA news, but mainly boxing right now. So on current events, we have Clarissa Shields to headline all women's pay-per-view card. Clarissa Shields will be returning to the ring to fight IBF Super Welterweight champion Marie-Eve what's her last name? Daiquiri?
Daiquiri, yeah.
Daiquiri, in a bout to unify the Super Welterweight division on March 5th.
Wow. So this is pretty awesome. She made the transition from boxing to MMA, and to now, lead the card for an all-women's pay-per-view. That's significant. 2021 has been the year of changes, and I'm so pumped to see something like this. It's really integral to the sport, because not too long ago there was a time where Dana White was not allowing women into the UFC. Now we've come full circle where, women can transition from boxing to mixed martial arts and maintain that. So I'm really excited to see the outcome from this. I know I'll be participating in it, and I really want to see what Clarissa Shields pulls out the back pocket.
And I know she was training MMA because she was trying to have a bout in MMA first, but I think this opportunity just came recently, and she took it. So the whole training kickboxing into MMA, training jiu-jitsu, I think is on pause because she needs this event happen first.
So this is an all-boxing event.
Yeah, this is an all-boxing event.
With all due respect, I did not know. But with that being said, nevertheless, she's still one of the GOATs when it comes to boxing. So
yeah,
either way, I'm participating. And this is big for the sport, either sport. You know, her name involved in anything right now is great for both sports.
Yeah, 'cause she's. I think her first fight in MMA will be in PFL.
PFL.
And but to be an all-women's boxing event and have her eyes, because now she has MMA eyes, you know, the casuals, and then she has the diehard boxing fans that follow her. It's going to be great for everybody involved, for all the women in that event. So
absolutely,
kudos.
Yeah.
There we go.
Couldn't see it any better way. Well, on to the next here. Looks like the WBC will announce that they'll add Floyd Mayweather's picture to every green and gold belt. Whoa.
Well, I mean, he is a legend in the sport, one of the greatest defensive boxers.
Yeah, 50-0, 51-0, whatever it is.
Hold on. I was holding back. You know what? I still hold back. You know what? Congratulations, Floyd.
All right. So, yes.
Let's just give the viewers a hint. And if you follow MMA and boxing news, you know what's going on with Floyd right now.
Right.
He's had some comments. There's
some things, some allegations.
Allegations going on. I didn't even want to add that. I was like, you know what?
Right.
I want to concentrate on the good.
Yes. And absolutely. And I do want to speak a little bit on that too. Like, this is really big for Floyd. This is significant for his legacy. You know, even though he took a fight against a Conor McGregor and essentially accepted a fight against Logan Paul, even though it's now on pause because of a lack of interest,
yep.
Which doesn't surprise anybody.
Which is funny because we're gonna talk about Logan Paul. He was talking about his podcast. He was laughing that people are not interested. Like that's not the reason. I'm like, I mean, really? You guys put out the pay-per-view at $24 for early birds. And granted, this has never happened in UFC, MMA,
right.
boxing. It has never happened in any other sport where you can purchase a pay-per-view early and get it at a discount. Maybe they're trying something new for the younger demographic where they can't afford it.
Right.
A normal pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's potential. It makes sense.
But if they're not even getting the pay-per-views at $24, like right now, like if you wanted to watch it, you could get it for $24 at a discount. But they're not even getting that. So why are people going to pay more than $24 an hour?
I know.
Or not $24 an hour. Yeah, but yeah, $24.
I know I wasn't really going to participate in that shenanigan. No. You know?
Yeah, me either.
Thank God we have social media to kind of tell you what's going on right then and there, So I'm not really going to put too much thought into the Logan versus Floyd thing. But with all that being said, this is super great for Floyd's legacy, for the younger cats that weren't around to see, what Floyd has to offer, and then now to actually be able to see, like, his face is on the belt. What did he do? It's just another reason for them to look into him and continue that passing of the legacy, man.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, I kind of still want to see it, but not. I kind of just want to see what happens.
I feel like that this
is going to be more of a butt whooping.
That is literally all of the positive things that we can say about Floyd Mayweather right now. I think we literally covered the entire board.
And we moving on. We're going to do a little tabby. Tap-a-roo.
I feel like anything else is just going to lead us to start popping off.
Yeah, and we don't want to do that. We're just going to tap to the next current event. Tapping away.
Yes, let's tap away. So it looks like Canelo is going to defend the super middleweight titles in February. Canelo will return to the ring February 27th versus mandatory challenger Avni Yildirim at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida, per sources. Yo, shout out to Florida. They are landing the biggest deals right now.
Yeah.
Ringside beer. Canelo Alvarez. I mean, it don't get no bigger. Exactly. What more do you want, people?
You guys want the Ringside Beer show in Florida? Let us know.
Hey,
subscribe. We'll come out there and say what's up.
We really might. This is awesome. No, Canelo's back in action really quick.
Heck yeah. That's what I'm excited for. And that's only 1 month away. They just announced it this week. I'm like,
that's what happens when you don't have somebody controlling your your promotion.
Yeah, you don't have a promoter holding you back. And this is another
Right.
thing. Going into the next current event, Ryan Garcia posted this. I believe it was after the McGregor fight.
A dream turned to reality.
Yeah.
It's an honor to share the ring with you, man. The ring with Manny Pacquiao. I will always respect what you did in and out the ring. Here's to the best man winning.
Bro, he wants all the hands. He wants the Allstate hands, the hamburger helper hand, the back to the hand, pimp to the pimp hand. I don't know.
Yeah, he needs the pimp hand for sure. No, something seems a little off about this. What's going on with the Tank fight? Why you want to go fight an older man?
Well, did you see Oscar De La Hoya when they asked him about him and Ryan Garcia versus Tank?
No.
So they, I forgot. I think it was on Fight Hub on Fight Hub TV on YouTube. And they asked him, like, hey, De La Hoya, what do you think about Ryan Garcia versus Tank? And then, like, no, that ain't going to happen. He says, Tank's a beast. They're not going to fight.
Oh, my God, dude. Oscar De La Hoya back at it again.
I think, this is another thing. How do you go from Tank to Pacquiao? Like, Pacquiao, didn't he just beat up Keith Thurman? That was his last fight. He still won.
Yes. Yeah, no, he did.
And I'm like, dude, that's even a worse fight for Ryan Garcia.
That's what I'm saying. This is not good for him because if he loses, there goes everything. Air out the balloon.
But if he wins, dude, oh my God. If Ryan Garcia wins versus Manny Pacquiao,
damn.
Man. Because I know they were talking about Pacquiao versus Conor McGregor. They said it was a done deal, but obviously we know what happened. We'll get into that later during the fight recaps. But we have Ryan Garcia versus Pacquiao. Allegedly, it's not done yet, though. This is why I don't understand why the poster came out.
They're just testing the water, trying to see where the hype is at. What fight's going to bring more, Tank or Pacquiao? Yeah. And even here, Tank responds to Ryan Garcia via Twitter, and he says Ryan Garcia is about to do an exhibition with Manny Pacquiao. I definitely don't want to fight anymore. I'm on to the next. And it looks like Devin Haney, who is a boxer as well, says for once we could agree.
I think they should them two, Devin Haney, Gervonta Davis should just box. That seems like the fight they should make now. Even though the Ryan Garcia fight is a bigger draw, like two bigger names.
So check it, if I may. I may intervene. I just want to refresh everybody's memory. If you want to go back to the previous podcast, I encourage that.
Go ahead, do that.
I said, let's have a little foreplay here. Let's have a little foreplay before we throw that Tank and Tank and Garcia.
You in the foreplays, man. Every episode.
Hey, brother, I'm just saying, why we got to go straight to let's stall this out a little bit. We got a little time to burn.
Why? Because Pacquiao can sleep Ryan Garcia pretty easily. That's the thing.
Pacquiao is the wrong fight. Pacquiao's the wrong fight. There could have, I don't know offhand who else they could have picked. Wrong fight. Picking somebody else that's, you could obviously competitive, but that you could still win. And then you go against Tank, and then you know what I'm saying? Or then you go against Pacquiao, but that's just me. I don't know. I don't think you should just go straight to the give it a little time. And I think this is now what's happening. I think Tank's like, you know what? We could sit on this. Let's let this percolate a little bit. And then from there, test the water. They already seen what they could do,
Yeah. My thing is, Ryan Garcia went from Tank Davis, who's a heavy hitter. You're going to go to Pacquiao, who's also a heavy hitter, but with faster speed. I'm like, the
logic.
I'm like, bro, I see a knockout in your future, bro, but you're about to get slapped.
Yeah, a knockout, but not via him.
Yeah.
So, even the Mayweather promotion CEO Leonard Elderby spoke on a potential Davis versus Garcia fight. And he says, in my opinion, Gervonta Tank versus Ryan Garcia is the biggest fight in boxing, period. It's the biggest fight in boxing. There's a tremendous buzz about both guys. Both guys are attractions, big-time attractions in the sport. Ryan gets a lot of flack because there's a lot of jealousy, but he is a good young fighter.
Yeah. And if you're talking about money fights in boxing, that's one of them right now.
Right. So
for Ryan Garcia, I feel like he's just checking off one of those like, oh, I want to fight a legend. Boom, Manny Pacquiao, in my weight division.
It's just so weird because it seemed like the Tank talks were at a 10, and then it went straight to a left where you went to Manny Pacquiao, which is even worse
because
for you.
Even after Ryan Garcia won versus his last opponent, he went on to Mike Tyson's podcast, Hot Boxing, and Mike Tyson calls Tank. And he's like, hey, I have a Tank on the phone. You want to speak to him, Ryan Garcia? He says, oh, I'm going to knock you out in 2 rounds, bro. I'm going to knock you out 2 rounds. You want these hands? Yada, yada. They were building the fight up. And I'm like, where this Manny Pacquiao news came out of left field, out of the blue.
And it sucks because the hype is not even there. It's not necessarily the same hype for that fight.
Manny Pacquiao, even if he comes back, he has a bigger name than Gervonta Davis. He has a way bigger name. Way more eyes on the pay-per-view. I mean, I think Ryan Garcia, if he loses, at least he's going to lose with a massive amount of money in the bank account. Opposed, if he loses to Gervonta Davis, yes, he'll get money. It would be an exciting fight, but the money comparison is not the same as fighting Manny Pacquiao. So maybe that's why he's doing it. And if he loses, he can still go fight Gervonta Davis. Maybe.
Yeah, I guess I'm just getting burnt out about, when people are trying to be about the money, especially on this next slide here.
Hey, man, dude, we're about it. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Everyone's doing their own thing.
I'm talking, when this comes down to professional sports, I like competitiveness. And this next slide here, I just don't know how competitive it's going to be.
Oh, yeah.
But this is some breaking news. So the internet personality turned pro boxer Jake Paul will fight former UFC fighter Ben Askren in an 8-round pro boxing match on April 17th. Triller founder Ryan Kavanaugh told Ariel Helwani.
Now, this just broke today. Maybe like 3 hours ago?
Yeah.
4 hours ago?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? So they interviewed Ben Askren. They interviewed Jake Paul. Did you see those interviews or no?
Yes, I watched them on the way over here.
All right, Ben Askren thinks he's gonna roll through Jake Paul.
TKO 7th round.
I'm like, hold up. Everyone has seen Ben Askren's hands.
Facts.
There's a reason why Jake Paul called you out, man. There's a reason.
Facts.
Ben Askren is a wrestler. Maybe he has some, I would say, jiu-jitsu, transitioning pretty well. But
nothing
boxing?
in striking.
No. Did he? Oh, my God. What was his first fight into the UFC? It was Robbie Lawler.
He
caught, dude, Robbie Lawler smacked him up, almost knocked him out. I'm like, I swear to you, if you rewatch that fight,
pretty sure he was out.
I was going to say he was knocked out. One punch woke him up again. He just woke up.
Knocked him out, woke him back up.
And then he had Robbie Lawler on a weird clinch headlock and said, Robbie Lawler dropped his hands, but because he's relaxing, not because he was out.
Can't lie. It looked like he went out too.
And that's another thing. He went on this whole video after that fight. He was like, Ben Askren just crushed in water. And Ben's like, you see, I could have crushed his skull. And I'm like,
shoulda, coulda, woulda.
And then Masvidal says, all right, cool story, bro. Here's the knee to the face in 5 seconds.
Straight up, But, if we can, really look at it from a diluted point of view, this is a money grab, and Ben Askren doesn't give a damn if he gets knocked out again, right? He already has the biggest meme of all time where he got slept by George Masvidal in the knee. So he doesn't really care about the memes and all these other things that are going to come from getting knocked out. The only thing is that he should, because it's coming from Jake Paul, And if it's competitive, that would be an ideal scenario. I really don't see it being competitive. I honestly feel Jake Paul is going to knock out Ben Askren.
I don't know why.
I hate to feel that way.
I feel the same way in a boxing match. Now, if this was MMA, I would pick Ben Askren. I would take all my money out of my savings, and they're gonna wrestle, and do some jiu-jitsu work. But this is boxing. Jake Paul has been training, has been more competitive, has been fighting twice last year.
Correct.
And Ben Askren has been retired, man. He fought Damian Maia after the Masvidal fight, and the striking was just horrible. You could tell that it was just, they're done. They're done fighting,
Right. Yeah,
at the end of their careers.
Ben Askren thinks that he's going to do it in 7, and this quote from Jake Paul explains what he thinks. So he says, in quotations, "I started boxing 2 years ago, and I'm still going to knock his ass out faster than George Masvidal. The world complained because I knocked out a basketball player and not a real fighter. So now I'm giving the people what they want by taking on a real fighter. After Ben Askren is added to my knockout meme collection, what can anybody say?"
Well, I mean, you boxed Ben Askren, who's not a boxer, dude.
Yeah, that's exactly
what's going to happen.
That's exactly what the people are going to say. You know, he knows what he's doing, man. He's still what he's doing is he's approaching it in the right way. He's going to take the fights that are easiest for him, you know, what he thinks he can actually accomplish, and it's still going to leave questions, so it still leaves that interest.
Yeah. You know what else is driving people's interest? The Ringside Beer Red Ale.
Oh my God. Let me prepare.
Dude, all right, before you go ahead with the sponsors, man, look at, you're dressed up, boots up and everything, man. He looks, I'm over here with a shirt and jeans.
Well, when you go 2 for 2 on the Ringside Beer Show 2021.
Oh, hold up.
That's
I got to open the wound,
exactly
bro.
what you got to do.
I got to open the wound. Don't put the salt in it, man.
Hold on. Let me pass you the salt, because absolutely, I've been on a heater, boy.
Oh, my God. All right.
And I ain't talking Call of Duty. I've been on a heater with the picks.
All right, man. Well, let's go on to the Ringside Beer sponsors. Hit him with the sponsors.
These boys is on a heater, too, in Florida.
Oh, Florida.
Ringside Beer, since 2012, committed to bringing fight fans quality lagers and ales. Ringside Beer is proud to offer fresh beer in both 16-ounce cans and on draft. Look for our flagship American-style lager, Irish-style red ale, or any of our other beers in your area. Shop at ringsidebeerstore.com for t-shirts, hats, and tap handles. Get in touch at ringsidebeer.com. Get in the ring. Be ringside. Ringside Beer.
Damn, that was good, man. And for our viewers, we have, if you visit the ringsidebeerstore.com and put in the Ringside Beer Show promo code, and you get a 25% discount at the end.
You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna buy some stuff, you might as well put in that promo code, get 25% off, get what you're getting at a discount.
Yeah.
And enjoy it even more.
Yeah. Thank you for watching the episodes, guys.
Yeah, guys, just a little treat for you guys. And
treat.
Also, this weekend, let's get into the fight recaps, because this weekend was a treat, boy.
All right, so this weekend, we had the UFC 257, Poirier versus McGregor 2. All right, before we even go to that, let's just start with the co-main event. We had a bunch of fights that were worthy.
I'm sitting here real patient right now, because I cannot wait.
We had a lot of fun fights on the undercard. The main card had a couple that were okay, but then, the main ones were the co-main event and the main event. So co-main event was Dan Hooker versus Michael Chandler.
Yes.
This was Michael Chandler's debut fight in the UFC. He was a Bellator champion.
Correct.
Came in first round, slept Dan Hooker,
starched him, boy.
Dude, it almost seemed like Dan Hooker was hesitating or like respected, Chandler's. I
wouldn't even say respected. It was more like feared,
right? Like it almost like he was too hesitating, because I feel like Hooker was the taller, he was the lengthier fighter. Maybe he didn't have the
I would even say like
knockout power,
more well rounded. Man, he's just stylistically more well rounded. I don't know. I like Hooker. I might be a little biased because he's an actual UFC vet. He's been in the game. He's put on some fight of the year contenders.
Yeah.
I love this dude, man. He's a solid dude. But if we may, I gotta give Chandler the respect he deserves. Came in and just put on a show for everybody. I mean, the goal, right? The goal was to how would you say it? Entice Khabib, right?
Yeah.
Shock the world, show something, entice Khabib. I don't think this was enticing for Khabib, but goddamn, it was real exciting. It was enticing for the UFC just in a whole, because now you have a top 5 contender. You got a top 5 contender in Michael Chandler. He's really in his prime right now. You can see he hasn't lost a step, at least in regards to this last fight. It doesn't seem like he lost a step, and I would like to see him in there against one of these top 5 guys, man.
Now, I would like to see him with a top contender. I don't know if he's ready for the championship belt. Like, I don't think he's worked enough in the UFC, fought the competitive, his, what do you call it? Like, his competitive,
The resume.
He hasn't fought anybody else other than Dan Hooker. Let him fight Gaethje. Let him fight Charles Oliveira. Let him fight like the other contenders in that division.
Yes. So that's where I was going to go into a little bit. You know, there's a potential here for another lightweight tournament. You know, this pay-per-view had 4 fights on there that were to determine, you know, kind of the pecking order. And now it just kind of like things didn't happen the way people thought. So now the pecking order is going to be a lot different. And you can have a Chandler versus Gaethje, a Poirier versus Oliveira, a Hooker versus Conor McGregor. You can do these things now.
And you still have Tony Ferguson.
Tony needs to fight somebody that's in the top 15.
No.
I would get some confidence back.
Michael Chandler versus Tony Ferguson. Boom.
God damn, you're just trying to end Tony's career, aren't you, bro?
No, bro. I'm just saying because
you're putting a guy on a heater against a guy on a losing streak. The UFC, you got to build Tony back, bro.
But Tony Ferguson has been fighting top 5 fighters. So why are you going to continue to do that, bro, when he's been showing he's losing? But didn't you just say, Michael Chandler, like, hey, build your resume up? Like, yeah, you have a win over Dan Hooker, but, like, get a win over Tony Ferguson. Get a win over Justin Gaethje.
So that's what Oliveira. I'm saying. Have him fight Gaethje. I think
Gaethje would be fun.
I think the Chandler-Gaethje fight is great because they both have that wrestling, they both have that striking, they both have that dog mentality. You know, that's one of the best fights to make, bro.
They're both brawlers. That's a fan favorite there.
And honestly, I think they're both ready to go.
Let's do it.
You know, but in regards to, you know, I'm not too hesitant on Chandler anymore. The way he put Hooker out, I'm not mad at it, bro. I'm not mad at it. And this was the determining factor. He's now top 5. So to me, you can take on any one of those guys because it's justified. You got Gaethje, Oliveira, Poirier, Hooker. Not Hooker. McGregor and Tony. You could even that's the last case scenario. But those are the things, you know.
Yeah.
You could put him against any one of those guys. Tony, I don't like that for him. But you can get it done, and we will all consume it. I just don't like that for Tony. I think Tony has to take this road a little differently. I think he's been through way too much to put himself through the next man up mentality. I don't think you're at that point anymore. I think now just fight some easy pickings, get some wins.
W's,
yeah, exactly. Get some good wins under you, and then from there, call them out. You know, McNuggets. Call out McNuggets. Do what you do best, bro.
Dude, actually, that's actually a good one too. Him versus McGregor.
McNuggets! Where are you?
Dude, honestly, the co-main event, that was the way it should have gone. Because
that was the whipped cream, and then the next one
I almost felt
cherry.
like the rest of the fights, other than the first fight with the one with the women, Amanda Ribas versus the kickboxer. I forgot.
That was a tough one, boy.
Well, that's the thing. Herb Dean freaking intervened and stopped. Like, dude, tell me, did he not look like he stopped the fight?
My boy Herb looked like he was off the herb.
Amanda Ribas was barely coming back up. She's like, "Oh, I got stopped, huh?" And then they're like, "Oh no, you're still continuing fighting." And the other girl was walking away, and she's like, "What? I gotta knock her out again." Goes back and knocks her out one more time. I'm like, come on, Herb.
Yeah, I didn't like it at that point. Like, everybody around knew the fight was over except him.
Yeah.
And once again, my boy Herb was off the herb. That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like.
Well, anyways, he was on the main card, and I was like, Herb Dean, if you mess up the main card for me,
that was the first thing I thought about when they announced the fight. Referees.
I felt like I was like, oh, I'm about to see something that I don't want to see on the main event, and that's exactly what happened. So let's go into Poirier versus McGregor too, my brother.
Let's do it. So we got a nice picture right here just to show that pressure makes diamonds, my boy. That's all I gotta say. So let's get into the fight just a little bit.
Let's get right into it, man.
I cannot lie. That first round was a little concerning. You seen Conor come out with that confidence. It seemed like everybody around knew that Conor has the potential, right? Like,
dude, he almost had Dustin out. He almost had Dustin out in the first round.
He threw some shots, man, that landed really well. He hit Dustin with that nasty left, and that was the one that we were scared about.
He rocked him, but he didn't follow up. This is why I didn't understand. I was like, he rocked him. He could have had him out, landed some elbows, put him up against the fence. But then that's the thing. He backed up, and then Dustin Poirier is landing these calf kicks.
Yes.
And I'm just like
chopping at the tree.
Yes,
bro.
I was
Putting
hanging,
money in the bank.
I was hanging out with my friend Nathan's house, and we were watching the fight, and I was telling him, I was like, he's like, oh, because we're both going for McGregor, you know. And I was like, I don't know, I'm not liking it. He's like, dude, he almost had Dustin out. I was like, nah, man, look at those leg kicks. Those kicks are landing, dude. He's not checking any of them.
Right.
And this is in the first round. I was like, dude, yeah, they're like, yeah, but McGregor's gonna win the second. I was like, man, I don't like those calf kicks, bro. I'm telling you, like, those things are adding up.
Yes, if I may. So
go for it, bro.
It really was tough because when you looked at Conor, you seen like everybody feared him at first. You know, that first round was just like, it was just completely Conor, you know. And then once that left hand landed and Dustin took it and there was no follow-up shots, I felt like that was the one that Dustin said, I can do this. No problem. I'm not afraid.
Yep.
And then from there, just was putting money in the bank, chopping down that tree. But then in the second round, my God, dude, what I started picking out from it was I looked over at my brother-in-law and I'm like, hey, Walter, these shots are missing. Conor's throwing big shots that are missing. That is not good. The timing's off. The precision's not there. The speed is not there. He looks slow. He looked hurt. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting the chills thinking about it. Yeah. And I don't even hate Conor, bro. I just picked Poirier.
Yeah, Poirier had him up against the fence, landed a beautiful left hook that rocked him. And then Conor McGregor got stunned. He kind of like started walking the fence.
Right.
While he was walking the fence, he ducked down, and you see Dustin land this beautiful right. It was
to the nose.
It was a right short. I would almost seem like a hook.
I would say a hook. Yeah, I would call it a hook.
Almost like a right short hook. Connected, dropped McGregor because McGregor was off balance because he was kind of ducking down, kneeling down, or squatting down.
But
I guess
you
up
could see
against
the pain in his face when that shot landed.
He immediately dropped down. One, I believe it was a left hook that hit him again, or no, it was the right connected, the right hook. He fell down, right hand again, and then the left hook to finish him off to KO him on the bottom. Man, I feel so bad for Conor McGregor.
I understand that side of it. I didn't give a damn about Conor McGregor at that time. I stood up. I'm like, sorry, boy. I stood up. I looked over, and I ain't never screamed like that in my life,
dude. I immediately, you called me. I was like, fuck.
I had to, bro. Well, first I had to get my voice back because once again, I had never screamed like that in my life.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify. I've been one of the biggest Conor fans for the longest time, but when it comes to the storylines, there's certain times where I will pick somebody over Conor. Cowboy was one of them. I love the story behind Cowboy.
Yeah. He
finally had that big fight. People, you guys know, the real fight fans know, that was something that was so significant for Cowboy, Cowboy Cerrone, Donald. And he got that fight, and he got put out in 45 seconds. But I was going for him the whole time. I had the cowboy hat, and I was drinking the buds, and I got my homies, they're calling me and they're pissed off, man. Well, you're a Conor fan. Why are you going for Dustin? And it's like, check it, bro. Check the last time. When's the last time I went for Conor? It's been at least a year, So my thing is like, look, I love Conor and all, but Dustin has everything going for him right now. This is the best fighter in that division. My boy has been able to fight through adversity, accomplish things that people don't think he could, get that redemption, be at the top, and all while remaining the most humble.
You know what's crazy? I was looking through his Conor McGregor's past record, and the last time he fought twice in a year was back in 2016.
Yeah, bro, he's not known for that. He doesn't defend belts. He doesn't...
2017, he fought Floyd. 2018, he fought Khabib in October. And then 2019... Who am I drawing a blank? Cerrone. 2020. Oh, no, that was 2020 with Cerrone.
Correct.
And then 2021. That was it. So if anything, he fought once a year. Dude, that's not enough if you're at the top of the top.
Yes, and that does justify everything that Conor said. He has been inactive. He has not fought as much as he would like to. He hasn't seen the competition.
Yeah.
But, all these excuses... at the end of the day, excuses. Doesn't matter what value there is behind it. And I'm only speaking from existence. We can have as many excuses as you like, but they're excuses. So at the end of the day, Conor, has to eat that L, man. He's got to.
Well, yeah, I think he did pretty well. The thing that is kind of weird watching his post-fight interviews after the fight, he's mentioning he was good with it. Like, he's happy. Like, he's, content. Like, it didn't make any sense because, like, the old Conor would have been like, no, I need to go back in there. I'm going to rip his head off. Like, I beat him up.
Conor, bro. This ain't the same Conor. And that's what I'm trying to explain to people. When you have had it all, you got all the money, all the fame, all the allegations, all the this, all of that. You've reached the top of the top, mate. In one of the interviews, they say it like, Van Gogh lost his mind, in the pursuit of becoming Van Gogh. Conor did that, he lost his mind. Now that he's back and he's squared away and he's humble, yeah, he needs to be good with this loss because he needs to understand exactly where he's at, bro. And it's tough, but it's humbling. And I think that, if we can look on the other side of the scale, this is just... It just explains perfectly about Dustin Poirier. We're on the other side of the coin now where this is redemption. This is somebody who does not have it all. Somebody that wants to be at the top. Somebody that deserves to be at the top. Somebody that's going to give back, and somebody that is able to accomplish, what it takes to get there, man. So with all that being said, bro, I'm like becoming one of the biggest Dustin Poirier fans, and I'm starting to pick him over anybody.
Yeah, he's
straight up.
I mean, even when we were discussing, off air or on camera, we both didn't know what was going to happen because we both knew Dustin was like, dude, he could win if it passed certain rounds. Like, I was like, yo, if it passes the second round, third round, I give it to Dustin. But I was like, you know what? Early rounds is going to be McGregor.
If it passed the first round, boy.
Hold up. Hey, don't even be talking smack because he almost had Dustin out in the first round.
Almost counts in horseshoes.
Oh, dude. Oh, my God. Anyways, so then, of course, after the fight, everyone wants to talk about, we have other fighters commenting.
Throwing their jabs.
And then, throwing their jabs. And Khabib was one of the first while McGregor was being interviewed. You want to take this one? Or
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So he says, this is what happened when you change your team. Leaving sparring partners who made you champion and sparring with little kids far away from reality.
Yeah, and they asked Conor McGregor this while he was, answering questions about the fight and, what he thought about it. And then Conor replies, if Khabib wants to have this disrespectful comment, come back and let's go again, my man. I'm here for it. That's fighting talk. If you're coming back, come back. You try and do it. Talking about taking the leg kicks taking the kicks to the calf.
Yeah, okay, so my thing with Conor is you got to say these things, but at the end of the day, Khabib is not ever going to come back and fight you. There's just no way it benefits him as much as it benefits you.
But I did like the spark of when he was probably replying to Conor when he was replying to Khabib, because you saw the old Conor come back. Like, he got fired up. Like, who's saying that? Like, come back here. Come, let's do it again. Come on.
Exactly. You want to do that talk? Then you come do it.
Exactly.
You come do it, my man. Oh, look, I'm pulling an Alex.
Oh, there you go, man. But yeah, I felt like that was that's the Conor I wanted to see after the Dustin fight. But I feel like with Dustin, they're very cordial. It was very much for Dustin's profit, for doing good things. And I don't get me wrong, I do like seeing that side of the sport, like the respectful side, but I also want to see a little bit more of the drama, I guess you would say, or the chisme, the entertainment part of it.
Yeah. Well, no, absolutely. And I don't think if it was any other opponent there, I don't think Conor would be as humble or as respectful. It just really boils down to who Dustin is as a person now, man. Like, really, seriously, I can't stress it enough. Dude's a good dude, man. Like you just watch his interviews, man. You get a real sense of him, And so with that being said, if it was anybody else, I'm pretty sure Conor would have turned it up to a 10 or at least to an 8, But it looks like even Manny Pacquiao wants to put his 2 cents in, and he tweeted, "A beautiful thing about the fight game, anything can happen. Congrats to Dustin Poirier, huge win." So he probably is telling Conor, sorry, homie, you ain't fighting me.
No, not anymore, man. That fight is long gone, which is funny because he said the Pacquiao fight was still there. I'm like, nah, it's not there no more, my dude. And then after that, Ryan Garcia and Manny Pacquiao posted the poster. I was like,
yeah.
All right, well, here we go.
Pacquiao's riding the wave, and I don't
know.
blame him. So, Coach John Kavanagh explains what's going on next for Conor McGregor. So, in quotations, he's already been harassing. Excuse me. Let's start that over. He's already been harassing everybody to get the rematch. We would love the rematch. I don't think Dustin is against that. If we could get the rematch before the summer, that'd be amazing. If it's not to be, I guess I don't know. Maybe he drifts off into the boxing.
No, I don't think he's going to go into boxing. And this is the thing. I don't know, other than Dustin or Nate Diaz, who he's going to fight, because
he's got to go up to 170 if he does not.
Heck no.
If he does not win.
Dude, if he got KO'd at 155, what makes you think he's going to go up to 170?
It's got to be the weight cut. Maybe he just...
Heck no.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to justify it here for the guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find some sort of way for the guy. So it looks like here Conor even responded after the fight on Sunday. So he says, "Thanks for the support, everyone. Was not my night/morning in there, but a great contest to improve on. I'm excited that the blockbuster trilogy I have now on my hands. Dustin is a hell of a competitor, and I look forward to going again. God bless us all. Happy Sunday."
Yeah, man.
Any chance I get, I got to do
it. Which was great to hear. What I feel bad for him because he got knocked out early in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't have his coffee.
His
Irish coffee.
Then Nate Diaz afterwards, he says, the last of real martial arts in the game. I mean, I think that trilogy. Well, there's a thing about Conor. He still has 2 mega fights, regardless.
Let's be real here. Nate Diaz is not a martial artist. He's a street fighter. He's a striker. I mean, it's just okay. Maybe it's just loose. Like, I don't see him necessarily as like a wrestler. He's more like a jiu-jitsu artist, like a grappler. Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't call him like an overall martial artist. I think he's
trains boxing too. So
I think he's just a dog, bro. I think he's just a dog. Like that is even better than a martial artist. Like you're just a dog,
Now, out of the 2 fights, who do you think Conor should take? Because
in all honesty, you got to go with the Nate Diaz fight. It's kind of more easy pickings, if I'm being honest. Nate Diaz is more inactive. You don't know what you're going to get on any given night. Marijuana is now legal to use.
So he's sparking it up right now.
So my boy smoked out, might have too much THC to get up and might be extra lazy. Unless he's, off the hybrids. I don't know. Who knows? But with all that being said, Nate Diaz is the better fight to take. More money. And we just seen what happened against Dustin. So
yeah, and they asked Dustin during the post-fight interview, they asked him about Nate Diaz. He says, in quotations, always wanted to whoop Nate Diaz's ass. That interests me. Nate Diaz got away and likes to talk a lot of shit online. Now, both Conors big fights are planning. It's looking like they're planning to fight each other, which would be a bigger fight than probably the Conor McGregor fight.
I just love how things tend to work itself out over time,
right?
Like literally. And I think this is a little off topic, but a fight I would like to see, and I know it won't happen, but if Khabib wants one more fight to go to 30-0, he needs to come back and fight Max Holloway, because that fight needed to happen too, bro.
Oh man.
Because at the time, Max was champ, Khabib was champ, he was going to go up. But I want that fight to happen. Now, ideally, I'm pretty sure Khabib's going to win that fight.
That's the thing.
100%.
I feel like if he fought Dustin Poirier one more time, Dustin might have a better chance of winning now, knowing how he feels in there.
No way you're stopping Khabib doing what he does.
Yeah, you can't do that. But anyways, Nate Diaz replies and says, I'm training to whoop your ass next. Be about it. Don't talk about it.
Ooh, Dustin Poirier, I want to fight your ass.
And I feel bad
for
Conor now.
You know what the real money fight is?
Dude, Conor's in the back just being like, hey, man, no. Hey, what about me, guys? No. What about me?
But I sell proper 12, mate.
And then we got Charles all over here turning down the Dan Hooker fight.
No, my boy wants to, go from being all cordial. He's like, I hope to see you soon, Dustin Poirier. Once again, congrats for last night's performance. Hard work pays off and you delivered. Let's do it. How about you call him out, my boy? Quit being with the nice stuff. Yeah. You're now at the top of the litter. You know what?
Go fight Michael Chandler.
Go fight Michael Chandler.
Because Dustin Poirier he's deserved the big money fights. It has to be Conor, or it has to be...
Let's see here. If this continues to keep going, let's see if we're having some technical difficulties.
What is going on here?
I think we are. My goodness, guys. Time out.
If this is still recording, time out right now.
Time out. Well, we're gonna.
Well, here we go. We gotta sync this one too. All right, guys, we are back. Sorry about that.
I have a little technical difficulty.
I have no idea what happened with the camera.
You know, that's just something that we'll stress about later. But we're gonna continue to keep on.
The camera heard about Charles Oliveira and was like, you know what? I'm out. Done.
Exactly. Must have not liked what we had to say, but we were probably spitting hot facts. That's
there
all
we
I
go.
got to say.
Let's go to the next thing.
Yes, let's move on. So, looks like Dana White speaks on Khabib and his potential desire to return after 257. So Khabib said to me, Dana, be honest with yourself. I'm so many levels above these guys.
Which is true. I mean,
yeah, dude.
I don't know, man. Khabib should just ride off into the sunset. That is a train long gone.
Yes.
It's not going to happen again.
Yep. Not too many people get to retire when it's the right time. And I think it's the proper time. You know, Khabib shouldn't force himself to fight to get to a certain number, 30-0. No. I think with all the things that have happened, you know, it's just time to
hang up the gloves, dude.
Exactly. Just continue to do other endeavors.
Well, to wrap up UFC 257, this was the UFC artist poster made by what's his name? Dos Brack?
Yeah, Dos Brack.
Dos Brack. And it came out pretty cool. I liked it.
Yeah, my dude does some amazing work. I think the only issue I have is that Conor's legs should not be that thick, because if in turn they were, they wouldn't have got chopped down.
Oh.
That's all I got to say.
There we go, man. That wraps up 257. On to some fight announcements. These are fights that got announced over the week. Yep. This was UFC 258, Usman versus Burns. Finally, February 13th, Saturday on pay-per-view.
Thank you, UFC, for giving me and my fiance a nice anniversary gift to watch.
That falls right around Valentine's Day, man.
Exactly. So me and my fiance's anniversary is that day. As you can tell, I was a young fool who did not realize the significance of making anniversaries on those days, because then you got to go out and it's always packed.
Not only that, you got double presents, man. So you got,
oh my God, yes.
You got the February 13th anniversary, and then you got Valentine's Day on the 14th.
No, our anniversary is on Valentine's Day, so that's so that's
two birds with one stone. There you go.
Yes,
bro.
But in turn, it actually is much more difficult, because then good luck trying to plan anything when everybody's trying to plan something, and then I don't know. So just young and inexperienced.
That's all good, brother.
But with that being said, 8 years strong, guys. So if you could drop a congrats in the comments, we'd appreciate that.
There we go, bro. Congratulations.
Yeah, you don't hear that too much, So I like to encourage, strength and loyalty.
There you go, brother. All right, what do we have next? We have Canelo versus Yildirim.
Oh, good job, dude.
February 27th.
I was expecting to help you on that one.
Oh, yeah.
This is not only the WBA, but the WBC and the Ring Magazine Super Middleweight Championship belts are on the line.
And I'm just excited to see Canelo back on the zone February 27th, man. I'm excited to see that fight.
My question is, who even gives a damn about the Ring Magazine belt? That's just me. That's just me. I'm sorry.
That's all good, man. All right, what do we have next? We have UFC 260 main event, Miocic versus Ngannou 2 for the heavyweight title bout on March 27th.
Finally, dude. Finally,
man.
I am so excited to finally get some resolution on who's going to be facing John Jones.
Well, finally, we'll figure out after March 27th, man. And
I got to wait 3 more months.
It's all good. Dude, it's going to fly by. We're already coming up on February.
That's true. It's just a couple more Ringside Beer Show episodes. Think we could do that.
There we go. Next up, we have a UFC Fight Night. Darren Till's returning to fight Vettori on April 10th.
Have you seen my boy's meme, the Vettori meme?
No.
What's my God. I don't even know what show it's from, but it's that guy with the big old smashed up head, and it's like... Oh, I'm going to show you off air.
All right, show me off air, brother.
Show you off air. That meme is hilarious. Guys, you guys need to look into it.
All right, what do we got next? We got, this is a fight night. I thought this was a pay-per-view. UFC Fight Night, Whitaker versus Costa, April 17th.
Man, guys, this is gratis. This is free
This
99.
is free 99 on ESPN Plus.
Yo.
Or maybe on ABC.
And we
Never
ain't
know.
talking 5-finger discounts. We
No.
talking free 99.
There we go.
Yo, guys.
All right, what do we got next? Oh, the fights this weekend. All right, so we have Caleb Plant versus Caleb Truax. I think I'm
The
saying
battle, Tros. I think the
Yes.
X is like a U, I think. Nevertheless, the battle of the Calebs.
There we go for the IBF World Super Middleweight Championship, and this is going to be on Fox on Premier Boxing Champions.
Yes. Plus the co-main event, my boy Coffee versus Rock. And that's also going to be live on Fox as well.
There we go. And then, we have a second boxing match. This is going to be on DAZN. I'm going to pass this off to you, bro.
We got Ava Nazian versus Kelly, and that's on Sky Sports, Matchroom, DAZN, and it's for the European welterweight title.
There we go. Those are the fights this weekend. Just only boxing, no MMA. And
That leads us to the most significant part of our show.
what you guys have been waiting for.
The giveaway.
Our giveaway. All right, so first we're going to give away the Conor McGregor.
Yes, making sure I'm doing this correctly, guys. Bear with me here.
All right, go ahead, and I think you have to cancel that, and then you have
Have to go up here. We're going to go ahead and start screen recording.
file new screen recording
And then we are going
to record.
record.
There we go.
All right, guys. Are you ready?
I'm ready. We have everybody that participated. We have all their names in here. Thank you, everybody who has participated. We're going to first place winner. We're going to announce right now, which is going to get the Conor McGregor painting, and the second one will get the Dustin Poirier. All right, guys.
Here we go, guys.
Best of luck,
Once
guys.
Again, best of luck. Congratulations. Thank you so much for participating. And here we go.
All right. Oh, it's slowing down. Who's it?
Yo, this is bro. I speak these things into existence, bro.
Anna Delgado. Congratulations on
Yes.
winning the Conor McGregor painting.
That's
Wow,
right, babe. That's right.
That's awesome,
That's
man.
right, babe. Winners over here.
There we go. That's awesome.
Winners.
All right. Second place, the Dustin painting.
The Dustin Poirier,
Let's
one-of-a-kind
do it.
painting by me, which will never be done again. Here we go.
Here we go. Who's going to get that? Diego Cervantes.
Shout out to Diego. My boy's been a loyal viewer for some time.
I think this is like
super pumped.
before we even had an episode, man.
Man, he's been a real one since day
There we
one.
go. We salute to you guys. He's served in the military.
Yes.
Or, yes, in the military.
Yes, we appreciate your
So,
service.
yeah.
Thank you so much, brother.
Love you, man.
Man, cannot believe you won.
That's
How
awesome.
tight, bro. How
That's
tight.
awesome. Well, we want to thank everybody who participated. And, shoot. What else? Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate everybody supporting us. Anything else?
And please, guys, stay tuned because we got another surprise coming pretty soon. We ain't going to talk about it right now because we want you to come back. So check it out. But we hope you guys enjoyed the show. Please drop some comments. Please some shares, some subscriptions, whatever you got to do via the Twitch. Shout me. No, I'm just kidding, guys. But with that being said, to bring it all back, we want to thank you guys once again.
Yep.
Ringside Beer Show, episode 24.
We're out.
Be ringside.
Be ringside. Love you guys. Deuces.